What's up, everybody? This is Carolina Mike, also known as Michael K. Malloy, and your SharePoint in 60 seconds tip for today is get joined up with Microsoft communities. That's it. Way less than 60 seconds. If you want to hear more and dive a little bit deeper, stay tuned.
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra, careful with my hands cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd, I like maple syrup on my pancakes, I don't care what you're...
Alright, so we are going to try and do this as a live rehearsal. So I promise you that I will not stop unless I need to for security reasons. Otherwise, we're going to go right on through. So the other day I was doing some things in Teams and wanting to find out a little bit more, ask a question, and I stumbled upon a Microsoft Teams community, and I went ahead and joined it. And it made me realize that, oh yeah, Microsoft has completely overhauled their help situation. So if you are a budding architect, administrator, even a site owner, especially site owners, if you want to be that penultimate site owner and give your architect a good run for their money, then join up with these. And if you're a site owner, I'd say the SharePoint would be a good option. You know, SharePoint. And as you can see, it's really laid out rather well. So the way you get there is you just Google one of the communities. I just Googled, I think it was Microsoft or SharePoint community. And, you know, you get there, you click, and it's going to ask you to log in. And, you know, I use my tenant information. And so there we go. So now, basically, you're just going to click on join. So join. Bam, now you're a member. So let's talk about some of the other communities that you may want to join as a SharePoint person. We'll just speak generally speaking, because these are all the things that SharePoint interacts with. Or, yeah, I was going to try and say it without putting the preposition at the end, but whatever, maybe next time. All right, so Office 365 for sure, just for general overarching Office 365 questions. For anyone who may be new to SharePoint Online, understand that SharePoint Online is under the Office 365 umbrella. We should join SharePoint. Skype for Business, you know what? No, we're going to rock with Teams. Teams is the replacement for Skype, and go ahead and pop over. A big shout out to Microsoft for making it super easy to transition. Windows 10, I'm not going to worry so much about. But you know what? There are some other hidden communities that I will show you. So I may have to do a little bit of splicing here and there, but I will show you the super secret communities in just a minute. Oh, here we go. View all 87. Maybe that's, there you go. I was like, where's the rest of them? Okay. Wow. You got to be really dedicated to hang along for this ride. So again, we're just picking all the things that a SharePoint person would want to be a member of. There I go again. Put it at the end. Good grief. Azure Active Directory, you can interact with that. Sometimes there's a need. What else? Here, let's do this. And if you see something that I miss, I want you to tell me in the comments. I know it's like 87, but it's got to be done. Excel, you know, if you've got heavy Excel users in your organization, join up, because you're going to get asked. You will be queried on how Excel integrates with SharePoint. But I haven't, you know, most of those things you can get to your help desk and you should be good to go. Humans of IT, that is a very interesting one. I've never seen that. Come on. Microsoft Forms, that would be a good one. Although I don't know that SharePoint is necessarily the backbone there, but if you're the SharePoint person, people are going to think you're the Forms person too. Trust me on that. Microsoft Stream, you definitely need to be a member of that community. Office 365 groups. Quick thing on that, direct correlation to SharePoint. And yeah, I think there's going to be a whole nother video on how Office 365 fits into I was thinking, oh yeah, groups, how Office 365 groups fit into the whole SharePoint puzzle. OneDrive for Business, most definitely, that speaks for itself. OneNote, if you're the SharePoint person, you're probably going to be looked at as the OneNote person, because in order for a OneNote notebook to be shareable, you have to host it in the cloud. And my understanding is that Microsoft intended for OneDrive for Business and or SharePoint to be the host for those so that you can share them and deal with permissions. Planner, yep. PowerShell for sure. Although as much as you want to like gnash your teeth at PowerShell, I'm a PowerShell teeth gnasher, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Visio, maybe, but I'm not joining that one right now. But let me go to Power, because the super secret I thought would be in here, but it is not. It's like a separate super secret thing. Like, and maybe you found it, but I think you just have to Google it. And it's like Power Automate Community. Well, there's actually, did we skip over Microsoft Flow? That should have been in there, because I know there's a Microsoft Flow community. Was I just talking too much? Fast Track Forms, no. All right, I know there's a Microsoft Flow community. I just know there is. Microsoft Flow community, seriously. See, there we go. Microsoft Power Automate community. Boom. So unless you really look for it, yeah. I don't know about joining, but there. So what I do is I just make shortcuts for these so I can get to them when I need them. There's Power Automate. There used to be Flow and Power Apps. I think there still might be Power Apps. So Power Apps Community. Power Apps Community. Power Platform Community. So Power Automate and Power Apps. Good job with the colorization, so you know where you're at. I dig it. I like that a lot. Okay. Power Automate, Power Apps, yada, yada, yada. And I think those are all the communities. So in conclusion, this is Carolina Mike, also known as Michael K. Malloy, saying if you want to get your questions answered and see what the communities are thinking, go on out and join those Microsoft communities. They have been tremendously helpful to me throughout the years. Keep in mind to give feedback and participate. And at the end of the day, let's be kind, because we can do that. Yeah. All right. With that, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time on SharePoint in 60 seconds.
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra. Careful with my hands, cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd.